Thank you, Danelle. I have the honor and privilege today to introduce our last keynote speaker of the day, Aaron Davis. Aaron Davis is a nationally recognized speaker, author, and attitude expert. Aaron has worked with numerous corporations and organizations in their quest to explore attitudes, perceptions, assumptions, and bias. He's a proud University of Nebraska alumnus, earned his degree in psychology. Aaron and his wife, Brooke, reside in Nebraska with their daughter and 2 sons. What I appreciate most about Aaron is that he doesn't fly in, speak to our community, and then leave. Aaron's become someone I consider a friend, someone who returns to our community whenever his voice of inspiration and healing is needed, someone who's become part of our community of healers. He's passionate about mental wellness. He's passionate about social equality. He's passionate about suicide prevention, and he's passionate about seeing others thrive. Please join me in welcoming Aaron Davis.
My man. Thank you so much. I always like to do this first. I appreciate the intro. I miss my Chico family. I miss my, Northern Cal family, seeing a lot of the same faces. And it's good to see all 414 on here. I love it. Danelle, to your team, let's give them and all the folks who put this on, who pulled this thing off, Tess, this back there, I've been with huge chow. Give them all a round of applause. All the previous speakers, yes, 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 throw those claps in there. Miss Yoder, the problem is when you were doing that, I was too relaxed. I was about to go to sleep, and I was like, man, the world is good. So thank you so much for doing that. You know, folks, I know that you've heard just some amazing presentations today, some mindfulness breakouts, and I want you to take this with you. To spend this much time on this call, on this Zoom today, and not take a few things with you would be a waste of time. And I know you're not doing that. I was on Mike Smith's earlier doing a thing, and I got lost in the math because I had another call I was taking care of, but that just blew me away. And Mike lives in my same town right here in Lincoln. So he's my little brother. I love that dude to death, all the speakers you had. So great job again. And Tess, she's probably not going to be found anywhere or anything. Give her a huge round of applause for making sure we were all coordinated and taken care of, ready to go. I appreciate the Tess so much. And if we can pull up my slides, if we could do that, there we go. Thank you so much. You know, I always like to leave out, those are my handles right there, as Mike just talked about, how much time are we spending on these? And man, it was convicting. I'd love to connect with you if we're not connected already. I'm on Instagram quite a bit. If you look up Aaron Davis, Attitude Expert, you'll see it on there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn as well. But Instagram, it's Aaron Davis, Attitude Expert. I'd love to connect with you all right now. Real fast in the chat, okay? And I know the only one person can see this. Real fast in the chat, I just want you to drop, if you're feeling great, type a 1. Type a 1 if you're feeling great. Type a 3 if you're kind of tired, but you're hanging in there. So type a 1 if you're feeling great. Type a 3, I'm tired, but I'm hanging in there. There we go. There we go. Yes. I see him scrolling. I see him scrolling. Yes. Lots of 1s. We got some 3s in there too. It's a long day to be zoom, 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 zoom. Yes. Got some 2s in there. Some 3s in there. I love them. I love them. In between. Keaton says in between, bro. I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Serenity said a 2. Katie said a 1 with exclamation points like, booyah. I'm doing great. 3 but 1. I see you, David. I see you, baby. Oh, Emilio. 10, no, he said 10,000. My man, I feel you. 1.5 for Kay, 8 for Victoria. Victoria's like, look, I'm ready to go. All right. Caden says, doing fantastic. I love him. 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 Yes, thank you so much. Folks, those are the handles. I'm going to make sure we scroll through here today and get some things discussed. If we can go to the next slide, please. There we go. Embrace the uncomfortable. Ignite the impossibilities. That's what we're going to talk about. Embrace the uncomfortable. Ignite the impossibilities. Folks, I know you felt uncomfortable. It's been a rough 14 months, and I'm not going to talk a lot about that thing that's going on out there. We know what's going on out there. But how are we going to embrace this thing and ignite the possibilities? If we go to the next one, please. Breathe. That's what Ms. Yoder just talked about. Just breathe, and your speakers have talked about breathing today. Remember to breathe. Holding your breath only holds in the anxiety. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. One thing that I'm learning to do, and my wife and my daughter got me into this yoga. And it's been a few months I did it, but it's taught me how to breathe. It's teaching me how to breathe. So breathe deep when life is coming at you with all the discomfort, with all the chaos. Some of you have had remote graduations last year. You know, you've had remote teaching this year. There's been all sorts of chaos going on, and it's easy to just get built up, but not to breathe. If you're sitting next to somebody right now, if you're in a gymnasium, an auditorium, or a library or a classroom, look at your neighbor and say, hey, you got to breathe. Look at somebody else and say, hey, you got to breathe. Breathe it out. Absolutely. Go to the next one, please, if we could. You know, and I'm going to answer a quick question there. Someone mentioned, is there alternatives to breathing? Absolutely. Do something active. If you feel yourself getting tense, do something active, something kind of distracting, which we'll talk about in a second here as well. So it's a great question. Discomfort. Trouble can become our transportation to growth. Think about that, y'all. Think about that. Think about some of the most uncomfortable times that you've had. Think about some of the things that have tested you the most. Think about how you've grown through COVID. Has it been tough? You better believe it's been tough. Has it been uncomfortable? Yes, it has been uncomfortable. Mental health right now is just going crazy, folks. I get it. But think about the lessons you've learned too about you, about yourself, how you've had to pivot. You've had to learn new skills. Sometimes trouble can be the transportation to growth. We go to the next one, please. Now, don't get it twisted. I promise you. I promise you that is not photoshopped. Folks, get distracted rather than reactive when you're feeling discomfort. This picture was back in July. Well, guess what, Nebraska, we were doing in July? Not much. Similar to you out in California. Folks, the gyms were closed. We were shelter in place. We couldn't go anywhere. So I had a routine that I called 5:35. 5:35. I worked out in my garage at 5:30 in the morning, and I don't got no full set weight room in my garage. I got a few sets of dumbbells and some resistance bands. But I worked out at 5:30 in the morning, and then I did again at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Now you're saying, man, what's wrong with this knucklehead from Nebraska? Why is he working out so much? Students, it kept me from going crazy. See, I had to get distracted instead of being reactive and pissed off at the world. And I'm sick of this mask. I'm sick of this remote learning. I'm tired of these Zooms. I'm ready to pick up this laptop and throw it out the window. I'm sick of sitting here in my home office. I can't go anywhere. Nothing's open. And for you, you couldn't see your friends. Some of you had your soul spring sports absolutely canceled last year. That's stress. That's anxiety. That's depression. And that's a whole nother level of pissed offness. I get it. So I had to find something to distract me. I had to find something to keep my sanity. If we go to the next one, please. Students, during this tough time, during when you feel discomfort, treat yourself as you treat some of your best friends. That's a picture of 4 of my best friends right there. 3 of them are fraternity brothers. I wouldn't treat them. Think about this. Think about this. Would you talk to your best friend the way that you sometimes talk to yourself? Think about that for a second. Now, I mean, all serious. Some of you are saying, "Oh man, we talk crazy all the time." And they get no. I mean, when it's really tough and it's intense, when you make mistakes and you find your mind in the gutter and you find you're just down in the dumps. Students, I get it. No one talks to you more than you talk to you. And it's just like Mike said this morning, those conversations are constantly going in our head. You know, I find myself sometimes during this past year, man, Aaron, that was just stupid. What are you doing? All those comments. We talk to ourselves more than anyone else. Would you still be friends with your friends if they talk to you the way that you talk to you? Students and staff, coaches, faculty, workers that are out there, our self-talk is the most important conversation we have in our lives. How we talk to ourselves. What are you saying? I want you to think about that for a second. What are you saying? In the chat real fast, if you're talking improve, if you know that you can talk better, that you know you can improve, just put an I for improve. I can improve. I'm going to start it off. There's my I. I can improve. I can improve. I can improve. doom and gloom thoughts. This is going to be terrible. I can't believe this. Man, what is going on? Yes, I love to see all these eyes. Yes, we got to improve, folks. We got to improve how we talk to ourselves, because how we talk to ourselves is the most, and I start with me first. I got to do better. I got to do better. Absolutely. I love it, Dante. I love all the responses. Yes, and I. Yes, I like it, Dician. Yes, the Claude Gregory. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can all improve with those self-talks and improve it. Can we go to the next one, please? How do we deal with discomfort? Face your discomfort. Face your fears. And I love this quote right here. When you fear your struggles consume you. When you face your struggles, you overcome them. Okay, students, I'm going to be, and Danelle doesn't even know this. I'm going to be very transparent with you right now. It's a good thing that this conference is today rather than tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central Time, my time, I have to get a biopsy. I know that's heavy, but even as I was putting this presentation together for you, I was like, I got to be the example. And I didn't have to reveal all of that. But in African-American males, prostate cancer is extremely high. And so I had to be proactive. And the conversations I was having in my head, and I've had this on my mind, students, for about a month. And it has been a rough month, not a lot of sleep. And as I'm putting this talk together, talking about discomfort, embracing possibilities, and that self-talk comes in and go, oh, really, AD? Really? So how are you doing with your self-talk? Students, I put a post up this afternoon on Instagram that sometimes you have to rely on faith and doubt your doubts. Sometimes you have to rely simply on your faith and doubt your doubts. Now, am I nervous about tomorrow? If I had any more hair, it'd be gone. Yeah, I'm nervous about tomorrow. And I won't even find out then. But you know what? When you fear your struggles consume you. When you face your struggles, you overcome them. No matter what, I know I'm going to be okay. They can't take my hair. It's already gone. So if that happens, it's all good. I'm going to be okay. And you have to keep those thoughts going in your head that no matter what the struggle is, you got to embrace discomfort. And you know what? It'll be all right. If we go to the next one, please. Treat discomfort as a sign that you're making progress. That's right. You know what? For me to even share what I shared with you, that's progress. Because only, especially as men, I'm not saying all men, but I can keep a lot of things inside. Just be like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing well. And knowing good and well that you're not doing well. I am very good at keeping things inside. But you know what, students? When you treat discomfort as a sign that you're making progress, you got to come to a place where you get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's growth. You know, few pictures I showed you before. The only reason why I got stronger was because I was constantly adding discomfort to my body. I was constantly adding more weight and more discomfort as I worked out. But working out is more mental than even it is physical, because the body quits but the mind will quit way before the body does. The mind will quit way before the body does when you're exercising. And it's the same thing mentally. Treat discomfort as a sign, students, that you're growing. You're making progress mentally, physically, spiritually, psychologically, in all of those areas. Look for areas of discomfort because you know you're going to grow as a result. If we can go to the next one, please. I appreciate all the comments, y'all. Yes, keep me your prayers, keep me your thoughts. I sure appreciate it. You know what? And it's with all you guys and gals around the country and around the globe. For some I've shared with, I'm going to be okay. We're going to beat this thing. We're going to beat this thing. Comfort doesn't always equal joy and happiness. No. Sometimes we think, man, think about this, y'all. Think about this. Mike did a great job this morning of sharing all the different apps you have. I got a ton of apps. I got books in this office galore. You just can't see because of the screen back here. Man, bicycles, we have vehicles, we have all these things. Comfort doesn't always mean joy and happiness. And you know what, students, unfortunately, I know in your area, you've lost a couple classmates. and you didn't even see it coming because you thought they were happy. You thought, man, I didn't even see it. Comfort doesn't always equal joy and happiness. Sometimes, students, it leads to the exact opposite because we haven't stretched ourselves to grow, to develop, to push ourselves, to challenge ourselves in the classroom, out of the classroom, as a friend, as a spouse, as a son, as a daughter, as an athlete, as an act in the classroom as well. Comfort doesn't always equal joy and happiness. If you're comfortable, you're probably in a dangerous place. If we go to the next one, please. This is the part, students, I'm really going to hit hard on for this next few minutes with you. I want you to start shouting. Start shouting. Now, I'm 47 years old. I'm an old man compared to you students. In fact, I'm older than some of your parents, that some of you students that are on this call right now. I'm old school. There was a song back in the day, and those of you over the age of 40 can remember this song. Dante says, you're older than my mom. Yeah, bro. I'm up there, homie. There was a song back in about 83, 84 by Tears for Fears was a group. When you get a chance, look it up. It's called Tears for Fears. And it was called Shout. And then we go shout, shout, let it all out. And then it was a crazy song. It was a dope song, man. Dude, yes, you gotta look it up, man. Tears for Fears. And they're they are tearing it up. Song is fire. Yes, it is the cloud. It's fire. So look it up. What I want you to start doing is shouting. When it comes to mental health, and all the different presentations you've heard about suicide and suicide prevention and how we can embrace discomfort, I want you to start shouting it out. What's the S in shout? If we can go to the next one, please. What do I mean by shout? Say something. Say something. Please say something. You know, it's easy to go back. And with this many people on the call, I'm going to assume there's going to be at least one person that knows of a person, if not directly, who has lost a friend or a relative or classmate to suicide. And that person could probably know another person that wishes they would have said something. They may have seen some signs. A person may have said something before. Say something. Please say something. Make no deals. Keep no secrets of someone thinking harming themselves. See, you're saying, well, I'm your best friend. I always keep a secret. That's not a secret to keep. That's not a secret. Students, I'm begging you, say something. Make no deals to keep something like this secret. If you see something, say something. Just the same thing when you were a kid, in middle school, in grade school, they would say, stranger danger. You would yell it out loud. You wouldn't say, yeah, there's a stranger over there, danger. No, you'd say it with compassion. You would say it with passion. You would say it as loud as you can, stranger danger. Well, it's the same thing when a friend says something that's just like, wait a minute, you said you're about to do what? Make no deals to keep something a secret when someone's going to harm themselves. Students, about 10 years ago, I was speaking in Florida. And there was a young girl there that had all sorts of cuts on her wrists, tons of them. And she would always just wear long sleeve shirts. We're talking Florida. Now I know California, it's in Northern California, it's warm most of the time, but I know it'll dip. The temperatures will dip sometimes. But in Florida, they think like 50 degrees is cold. Okay. So it's usually hot and humid down there. I have two sisters that live down there, and she would always wear long sleeve shirts so no one could tell and see what she was doing to herself. And I got done finished speaking at this conference, and there's several thousand students in this conference. And after I get done speaking, I'm making my way out the back to catch my plane because the presentation ran late, and the conference, etc. She goes, Mr. Davis, can I talk to you? And I said, sweetheart, can you run with me because I've really got to get going? She goes, can I please talk to you? And I said, okay, sure. And it's her and her mom, and I looked at my business partner. I don't think we're going to make the flight. And so we go back to my green room dressing area, and we go in there, and her and her mom come in, and she just grabs me and hugs me and just starts bawling and weeping. I said, sweetheart, what's wrong? And she rolls the sleeves up. She has all these cuts on her wrists and arms. I said, why are you doing this to yourself? She goes, Mr. Davis, the physical pain of cutting myself, I thought helped me with the emotional pain of being teased about being overweight. And so it led me to this self-harming behavior. Maybe someone listening, watching this right now, has seen this before. Maybe you've experienced it, or a classmate, and maybe possibly yourself. I said, did your friend say anything? And her mom interjected and said, her best friend knew, and she still feels horrible that she didn't tell me first, that she didn't say something, because those scars will be there. Yes, our scars can serve as our stars and remind us of things we overcame. But students, some scars are not necessary if we just simply speak up and say something. That's the S and shout. If we can go to the next one, please. Yes. Help is available. Students, on those phones that Mike and other speakers have talked about, it's just a few clicks away. Also, there's a number of resources to help when it talks about how do you talk to a friend about suicide, the preventative measures about suicide. There's resources. Students, literally thousands and thousands and thousands of pages. I know the North Valley, they have all sorts of resources. Donnell, I know, has all sorts of resources. Your school has all resources. Students, talk to someone, keep a note on your person, on your phone. Keep this information, know your allies. You have them. Students, you may feel alone, but you're not alone. I promise you that. Sometimes we feel alone. Believe me, the past 3 weeks, man, I felt alone. It's my own fault, because you know what? I needed to hear the very thing I'm telling you. I should have shared more with people. And I kept a lot of that in. And although it wasn't a physical scar, it was emotional. Some things aren't meant to keep inside. Help is available. If we can go to the next one, please. Offer your support. And you know what? In the comments, it can be scary. I totally get it, my friend. It can be scary. And you know what? Not can be. Sometimes it's downright terrifying. And you know what? I'm going to say this to that comment. It's okay to be afraid. It's all right to be afraid. You wouldn't be human if you weren't afraid. I wouldn't be human if I wasn't afraid. But you know the thing that's pretty cool? All of us that are watching this right now, we're batting 100% through every past struggle we've had. We may be bruised. We may be scarred. We still may even have bouts of depression, anxiety, and sadness. But we're here. We are still here. And that is a blessing and pretty cool. The O and shout, offer your support to listen. Listening equals learning. And you know what, students? Sometimes we don't have all the answers. Sometimes all someone needs is someone to do this, zip, put the phone on mute, set it face down, and say, you have my undivided attention. Just listen. You know, sometimes they don't even want you to talk. Sometimes they just want you to come and sit with them as they ponder and as they think about life. When I buried my older brother, April 6, 2009, he was killed on an accident. When I buried my mom in 2014, she died unexpectedly. And that one still, and Donnell would say, that still is a tough one. I know she gets it firsthand. I had friends that came over who knew I didn't even want to talk, and they just came and sat with me. And we just sat, sometimes cried, and they just listened so they could learn, or just listened so they were there. Just offer your support. Just shout, hey, I'm here. I'm here for you. And I don't have anything to say other than that I am here for you. If you want to cry, you want to yell, you want to scream, if you want to sit in silence, I am here. Listening equals learning. And I could add silence sometimes equals solitude and solace. If we go to the next one, please. I appreciate you, Kai. Yes, sir, brother. Unpack their pain for understanding. What I mean by unpack their pain, don't minimize or belittle what they're feeling. It's real to them. It's real. See, one of the biggest things that we can do that hurts someone when they're having, maybe harming thoughts or suicidal thoughts is to belittle what they're going through. Oh, it's not that bad. Huh? Oh, you're making this up. What? Oh, he's not going to do anything. He said this before. Really? Folks, help them unpack their pain. And you do that from the slide before. We're talking about listening for understanding. Help them unpack. Because to them, what they're going through is very real to them at that moment, even though you don't see it that way. Because we all look at life, we can see the same thing through different lenses. We can see the same thing through different lenses. So don't minimize or belittle what someone's going through, because to them, it's real. Folks, you look at our country right now, the social unrest that we're going on right now, the racial unrest we're going through right now. A lot of these things could, I'm not saying we solve all of them, but we could sure do a lot more than we're doing right now if we would just sit back and just listen and try to understand how someone else views the world. Does it mean we'll always agree? No. When you're sitting down with that person, you may not agree what they're saying. You're not listening to agree all the time. Many times we're listening to simply understand. Take that time to do that. If we go to the last one, please. You're loved, you're needed, and you are valued. You know, in that movie, The Help, and I might jack this up, when she tells that little girl, use kind, use smart, and use important. You know what I'm talking about? Look it up on YouTube. It's a powerful thing where this maid is telling this girl, yes, the help, Victoria, it gets me too. Use kind, use smart, use important. Tell them, remind them, because sometimes we all forget that we're loved, we're needed, and we are valued. And some of us are in situations, maybe it's a home environment, a relationship environment, so we don't feel loved, we don't feel needed, we don't feel valued. Let them know, hey, I love you. Students, my kids do not, and I know everybody's home is not the same, so I'm not father of the year or nothing like that. But I tell my kids every time they leave or every time I'm on the phone, I love you. My homeboys, when I'm talking on the phone, hey, bro, I love you. Danelle, she's like family. Danelle, I love you. My boys, I love you. Mike Smith, I love you, dog. Let people know they're loved, they're needed, and they're valued, because every single one of you watching this right now is facing some sort of battle, some bigger than others, but we're all fighting a battle. You know what? With all these texting we do, and I'm guilty. With all the TikToking we do, I love TikTok. With all the Snapchats, I'm terrible at Snapchat, but I text a lot. I would encourage you to make a habit of texting one friend. Maybe it's your best friend or someone that's a friend you don't talk to as much. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's a coach or just someone in your life that's important and they know they're important. Just say, hey, I appreciate you. If the relationship is at that status, you know, it's someone who understands it, just says, hey, just let you know I love you. Let them know that you're of their value. It doesn't have to be a long book report. No, hey, just thinking about you, buddy. Love you, bro. Girl, you my girl. I love you. I hope you're doing well. Just those short things, folks, because you never know how much that means to someone. Tell them and remind them that they are loved, needed, and valued, because you have no idea how close they can be as just saying, you know what? I don't feel loved. I don't feel needed. I don't feel valued. I'm done with life. Shout, shout. I say it again. Shout. Students, I'm looking at my clock because I want to make sure I'm on time with you. But I want you to know something here. These phones have a beautiful, beautiful capabilities. Use this thing to show love. Say something is the S. Remember to say something. Don't just sit back and go, well, I don't know how she feels. No, say something. Let them know that there's help. That's the H. Let them know that there's help. You know, we talked about okay, not to be okay, and we changed it up. I'll change it up a tad bit on this one, but let them know. Okay. Help them unpack. Help them unpack. I know that you don't understand everything that they're going through. They don't understand what you're going through. Help them unpack and tell them they are loved, they are needed, and they are valued. You've loved, you're needed, and valued. You can't say that enough to people. So how do we deal with discomfort and ignite possibilities? We embrace it. Is it always comfortable? No. In fact, is sometimes it's downright scary. But I encourage you to still do it. You know, I'm looking at some of the comments in there, just for the few minutes I got right here. I'm not going to read these out loud. But yeah, this is some people have lost some loved ones. Yes, to process through tragedy, to process through pain. I'm proud of you. Yes, when you've gone through things, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And this is recorded. You all have this as well. And I believe that's my last slide. Is there one more slide on there? I believe that was my last one. Yes, going to the full screen right there. Folks, I appreciate you all so much. I know it's been a day to where your mind is just kind of going information overload. It's like, okay, you know, where do I go from here? What I would encourage you to do after the day, maybe you're taking some notes, maybe on your phone, maybe in a notepad, step away for a little bit, process it, because you can just get brain overload. Step away from it, process it, and then try to incorporate a few things. Try to incorporate a few things. I can't answer every question during these, but I'm going to put on here again. I'm putting in this chat right here. If I can spell. If you go to Instagram, that's where it is. It's Aaron Davis, Attitude Expert. I spend enough time each week trying to respond to a lot of those, and I get behind. So again, forgive me if I don't get back to you right away. Um, but I encourage you students to keep shouting. This thing with mental health and the way the things you guys and gals have gone through out there with 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 this obviously COVID, the fires, people who have unfortunately have taken their lives. It's a lot, but we can make it together. All right, keep loving, keep leading, keep learning. Students, I appreciate you. God bless you. You guys have a great one. Thank you.